third base in Chicopee, Massachusetts. We are so thrilled to be here honoring our true heroes today. And right now we're debuting a new segment I'm very excited about. Welcome to Mollywood, everybody. This is where the fans take charge, you guys take over, and you get to ask the hard-hitting questions. You ready for this? Okay, with me right now is Staff Sergeant Christopher Rivers from BK, Brooklyn, New York here. Thank you so much for being with us. What's your question?
What are the chances of the Giants winning the title this year?
What?
Oh, love that question. This is my guy right here.
That's a real question from Brooklyn, New York. I get it.
Very real
Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn in the house. The big answer to that question is a big no. I'm sorry. I don't see it. The Giants...
Tell us how you really feel.
The Giants just allowed 52 points at New Orleans, which lost to Tennessee yesterday. The Giants yesterday were in danger of losing to Jameis Winston until Mike Evans dropped 3 big passes. I'm sorry. I guess Eli could get on one of his lucky late-season rolls. I don't know, but I don't see it. I'm sorry.
I don't see it either. I think Skip is right, but I'm not as resolute in that thought as he is. Here's why. Although I think their defense is pathetic, they should be ashamed of themselves the way they gave up those points to the New Orleans Saints, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie appears to be the only playmaker in their secondary. I'm still fantasizing about the possibility of Victor Cruz coming back and being on the field at the same time with Randall and Odell Beckham Jr., who I think is a stud. I think if you have that kind of offensive firepower and you're able to avoid somebody like Carolina, I think anybody else is susceptible the way they're playing right now. I still believe Seattle's coming out of the NFC, but the bottom line is everybody's susceptible right now because their offenses aren't clicking as much as you would like, and
That's
I think
fair.
that gives the
I
Giants
would agree.
a chance.
And by the way, I thought JPP had some flashes yesterday.
He did. He looked good.
Yeah.
He looked good for a guy playing his first time.
I think we got some friendly bounces in that one, or should I say drop skip, not the Cowboys, correct?
We get none. Yes.
Okay, up next, Master Sergeant Christopher Eldridge from Ware, Massachusetts. Thank you so much for being with us. All right, what do you have for the guys?
Oh, yeah, so you guys concerned about the Steelers without Ben Roethlisberger in?
Fire away.
Excuse me? I'm sorry.
Without Ben, Steelers, you concerned? They're your team.
I'm very concerned. First things first, your superiors told me to get on you about your mustache. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
You can defend
All right.
I just want to say this has been a month and a half, and I must ask you that question.
It's Movember. Come on, Stephen A.
Yeah, it's November. I mean,
I got you. I understand. Well, listen, talk to them. They told me to get on you, not me. All right, well, here's the deal. I will say this. Big Ben Roethlisberger, the Steelers go where he takes them. D'Angelo Williams, to me, is a starting running back in the NFL. He just isn't better than Le'Veon Bell. Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, Marcus Wheaton, Heath Miller. These boys can play. They've got a high-powered offense. I have never been high on a Steelers defense. I don't care about the numbers. To me, they bend entirely too much, and they can be broken. To me, they should have lost that game yesterday, giving up 35 points to the Oakland Raiders, who I now respect. But the point is, Big Ben, he stirs that cup. He's that guy. And without him, you have to rely on Landry Jones. I'm like Skip with that. I ain't buying that. Not at all.
I can't either. It's starting to feel like a not meant to be year for your Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't know how long Ben's going to be out there, estimating 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
Man, I don't know. It's
probably going to be longer. It looked bad.
Pretty shaky, and I agree with you. And I went out on the limb, picked the Raiders on Friday, and I like the way they played, but you can't turn it over 4 times on the road and expect to come out alive with that game.
But shout out to Antonio Brown and D'Angelo Williams stepping in. Both of those guys.
Well, Antonio Brown made it a little bit interesting when he botched that punt, but I forgive him.
Okay. Up next, Senior Airman Jonathan Texera from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. What do you have?
How much do you think Leonard Fournette hurt his chances at winning Heisman on Saturday versus Alabama?
Man, you know, I said on Friday's show, I didn't think Leonard could lose the Heisman on Saturday night, but when you go for a total of 31 yards on 19 tries and you get 16 of them late on one run, not very good. I'm afraid he did in his Heisman chances. The only thing he's got going for him is no one else has emerged as the candidate. Maybe Derrick Henry did on the same stage because that was a big-time performance.
Well, Derrick Henry's been balling. That's number one. We were talking about Leonard Fournette. I kept mentioning Derrick Henry because he's a stud himself. I would tell you that Leonard Fournette, it appears like, like he hurt his chances. But I want to say I sincerely hope not. Here's why. he was getting touched behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, they were not blocking for him. And the yardage that he was able to accumulate, he was breaking like 3 and 4 tackles when he did it. If they showed up and had blocked for him the way that they had been doing prior to the game against Alabama on Saturday night, I think he would have showed up. I seen, despite just 31 yards, I saw enough ability from him in evading and shrugging off tacklers to let me know he is legitimately big time. I think it's going to cost them because 31 yards against Alabama is 31 yards, especially when it probably costs you a spot out of the top 4 as well for the playoff system. But I hope it doesn't, because to me, his offensive line owes him an apology today. They did not show up for him.
And
Saturday
by the way, I still believe Leonard Fournette will be the better NFL back, even than Derrick Henry will be as an NFL player. But on that stage,
Leonard Fournette has the chance to be what we're seeing from Todd Gurley right now in St. Louis in the NFL.
I'll buy that.
Stephen A., before we go to break, can Westover Air Reserve here get a Roll Tide?
Oh, my, absolutely. Y'all ready?
They need it in person.
You know how I do it, right? Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Roll Tide!
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. We've got some new moderators here. Up next, did you all see what Andrew Luck did in the house that Peyton Manning built? The Colts played inspired. More from Westover Air Reserve Base in Chicopee, Mass. That's next after the break. More First Take.
First Take is brought to you by Joseph A. Bank, the answer to quality men's attire since 1905. And Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hi, I'm Colonel Al Lipensky, the Wing Commander of the 439th Airlift Wing at Westover Air Reserve Base in Chicopee, Massachusetts. We are the nation's largest air reserve base by landmass, and we fly the largest aircraft in the U.S. military, the C-5 Galaxy. We have over 4,500 Air Force Reserve, Civilian, Army Reserve, and Marine Reserve personnel here at Westover. Our reservists work in the local community, and they just might be your neighbors. We live locally, but serve globally. Thank you.
When we look at Aaron Rodgers, I challenge y'all. I know he'll say Tom Brady. Let's not argue, because I don't feel like talking about Tom Brady today.
I don't feel like talking about Aaron Rodgers today.
I didn't
talk about him every day. Tom Brady is the best team in pro football.
If that's what we're doing, then I could easily say Aaron Rodgers.
We'll do it.
Tell me one quarterback, just one, in this league that's more talented than Aaron Rodgers. And I would still put Aaron Rodgers above Tom Brady.
You're not going to get me to say that he's better than Aaron Rodgers. I still don't feel that way. I'm just telling you right now. This is one person that does not feel that way.
You just heard it. Our time here at Westover Air Reserve Base is unfortunately coming to an end. But as you can see, since we're in Massachusetts, Patriots country here, I have one final question. Since we're in Patriots country, one final question.
You've had a rough show today, and I've got a parting gift for you. The baddest man is Tom Brady. Here it is. The baddest man is Tom Brady.
Stephen A., are you ready to admit Brady is the best?
Right now, Brady's the best. I'm just saying that I think Brady's got about 5 years left. I think Aaron Rodgers has about 10. We'll see in the end.
He looked older than Brady yesterday, I thought.
You know?
Yeah.